Greetings, beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me on a journey of transformation, change, evolution from three-dimensional survival being into fifth-dimensional thriving, amazing being while still living in the human body. So we have made that transition in that 5D, and now we are learning to stabilize ourselves into this energy. And as I mentioned in the previous video, we're gonna focus on the rejuvenation. We're gonna focus to tune our bodily vessel to the highest and the best tool that we can have. Because in the healthy body, in your vessel, lives healthy soul and healthy mind. So today we're gonna focus on the soul and understanding how the soul perceives this body. So that may help us to understand why do we need to take care of this body. So the soul, that beautiful, lovely energy that comes from beyond this universe, that comes from the God source, from the creator, from the oneness, that spark of the light that illuminates you inside, any way you would like to call it, brings this beautiful unconditional love with her. So I see the soul as this feminine energy, as the Sophia that the Gnostic will talk about. So she brings this beautiful love of the God source with her and carry it through all the incarnation, through all the lives and the different constellations and planets within this universe until she arrives into a 2D earth, into the earthly body. So we know to be in the earthly body or to be in any body within this universe, you have to be connected with your soul, mind, consciousness. But today, let's just purely focus on the soul and the soul consciousness and on this particular lifetime. So, when you were born, when you came out of your mother's womb and entered this world, you took out your first breath and you most likely cried. That soul walked into this body through your lungs and spread within the body, and then you had that good cry of, yay, here I am, or oh my God, here I am again. Or maybe it is the painful to be in this body, or I hope I made the good choices. None one of us can beautifully and confidently said what we were thinking and why we were really crying. But we were crying and we made a sound, because the sound brings this beautiful energy into physicality. And sound also carries the feeling of the soul into physicality. So let's say in the three-dimensional energy, the first sound suggests that something is happening, that you are not happy. You enter this world and maybe it's painful to take that deep breath into the lung. Maybe it's the shocking. Maybe it is the natural way what we're supposed to do. But we look at the baby, and mother and parents are usually overjoyed with the happiness. Or most of the time you are very overjoyed with the happiness. And then you look at a baby and you believe and hope that you can make the baby the happiest within the world. But the question, what I'm trying to do here is the happiness. We are born into the three-dimensional world that you are not naturally happy. You do not come out to this world and you smile and everything and feel absolutely happy. You feel all kinds of the emotions. The survival instinct kicks in, and the happiness literally is a secondary or maybe furthermore priority that is on the list of your body. Now, if that would be on the list of your soul, it would be the number one priority, that you are happy, because that's what she really wants to experience. She wants to experience happiness. Happiness in any life that she enters to, in any body that she and the mind consciousness enters to. And when she's happy, that is the best way when she can share the love of the God source that she carries with her. See, I do believe that we have it little confused sometimes. There's a little miscommunication on what the soul is here to experiment. experience love, suffering, pain, trivials, all kind of the lessons. That is what we believe too, right? So that life of the three-dimensional journey gets much more easier when we sort of, when we comfort ourselves with this thinking that suffering is gonna make us noble, that being happy is not really good because you cannot sustain the happiness for a long time. When you are happy, something bad's always happen. So it's better to get used to suffering and the pain of the life and the hardship of the life, because it gives you this, in a way, fire within you to strive for the better, or it breaks you completely down into the point where you just give up and you don't want to do anything. It may be a trap of the three-dimensional energy. In the fifth-dimensional energy, we put the happiness as your priority, a love and the happiness as your priority. But again, because we are looking at the soul energy today, her priority list is happiness. Now, when you are in this fifth-dimensional energy, which means that you are trusting to have a life filled with love and happiness, and you hold those codes within you. The codes is get established by the way of the feeling and by way of the thinking. So you literally need to convince yourself, yes, I trust to have a life filled with love and happiness. Now here we need to look at that, again, priority list of the soul and says, I am here to experience happiness. I'm gonna shift everything that I have experienced until today. And I'm gonna be grateful for every unhappy event that happened to me in life. And I'm serious about this. If you're really sitting there with your list and says, I cannot never forgive this, or how that can make me happy what happened to me, or what happened to my family and so much on. I want you to look at it as bad as it may have been, as heartbreaking as it may have been. It has been a trigger to push you to something else, perhaps to discover even this fifth-dimensional energy. Because if you were in that content and happy, you would never be here and at least listening for a little bit and thinking what I'm sharing with you here. So sit with it for a little bit and really play with it, like with this ball of the transmuting energy. Can I honestly sit here and say, I'm grateful and happy to every single event that happened to me in my life, because that brought me here. Once you come to the conclusion that your answer is yes, and you make a peace with it, that's mean when you surrender, when any of these events will not hold anything against you, but you blessed everybody, whatever they may have done to you, or trigger anything against you, so they have a happy life, because you are going to have a happy life. Happiness in the fifth-dimensional energy is a choice. It is nothing that comes naturally. I would say probably in any dimension, or maybe in the higher ones is totally different, because you may be in that blissful energy, but that's higher about the happiness. So happiness is a choice. Happiness in this, that transmuting kind of the place, when you say, I have a choice. I have a choice to feel happy, or I have a choice to feel stressed out and anxious and hold back by the events what happened to me in the past. This is literally when you start prioritizing your soul and your soul's journey. Your soul will start responding to these feelings and will want to share with you love through the knowledge and the wisdom, and really guide you on this journey. But she really has to come to it that you don't blame anybody, you don't blame yourself, you are not caught up in this drama of the three-dimensional life, and you are ready to embrace fifth-dimensional life. So happiness is a choice. So I would encourage you today to choose to be happy. I choose to be happy. And you can slowly start feeling within you, sort of that bubbling, joyful kind of the energy. And even if I have a day that I cannot hold it or feel it, I still tell myself, well, this is going through, or this is happening, but I choose to be happy. And I'm going to turn this day around. And energy is going to turn around because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling different. I override feeling whatever it is suggested to me from the three-dimensional energy, which is infused by the fear, because fear can control us. Fear will put your soul's priority back on the list where you're never gonna get to it. So for the week, let's practice to choosing to be happy, to prioritize our soul's energy. That's a part of the self-love. So I wish you a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon, and we will talk about the mind's journey. And then after that, we talk about the body. We're gonna play with it this year. Soul, mind, and the body, alignment. So we can feel happy and great and loved. Have a wonderful week. Love and light from my heart to yours.